face the World Cup qualifying campaign, which won't see us singing on the Champs-Élysées this summer.
A bad night in Brussels. After 15 months of effort, Mick McCarthy's Republic of Ireland will not be going to the 1998 World Cup finals. In February 1996, Mick McCarthy was appointed manager of the Irish football team. He was moving from management at club level with Millwall to the international arena. He was given a 2-year contract leading up to the World Cup finals in France. A former Irish captain and folk hero, McCarthy was succeeding his mentor Jack Charlton, filling the shoes of the most successful Irish manager in history.
I think a lot of people would be quite surprised how close I was to not accepting the job. But at the end of it, after giving it a lot of thought, yeah, I wanted the job. It wasn't that I wanted it now, desperately. I was enjoying what I was doing, and perhaps thought I was a bit too young to do the job. Maybe a bit inexperienced to do the job. But having had it offered to me, I wasn't going to turn it down.
The road to qualification began in Liechtenstein, a football beauty spot with bad memories for Irish tourists. The darkest hour of the Charlton era was a scoreless draw here. McCarthy's first mission is retribution.
Maybe that's what they had up last time, was it? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's all right. Surface is okay. It's the main thing. There's a few divots and that. We're just marking it out, just see what size it is. I mean, it's a full-size pitch. Somebody suggested that it was small. It's not. Beautiful spot. Beautiful spot. The team. Shea giving in goals. 3 at the back. Dennis Irwin. You can't expect young players to come on and do the things that senior professionals have been doing for 10 years. But what they all will do is give you 100%, and they've got fresh legs and they've got the enthusiasm. The only way they'll improve is to play in those games anyway.
Before a ball has been kicked in anger, McCarthy has blasphemed. Paul McGrath, a card-carrying icon, has been left behind, the first casualty of a new era.
The easiest thing in the world for me to do would have picked Paul, put him in the middle of the defence, rightly or wrongly, and just got on with it. No pressure from that one, just let him get on with it. I didn't think that was the right thing to do. If by leaving him out of the squad has hurt him, that's unavoidable, because somebody is going to do it at some stage.
Now Townsend, that's the move! And now Ian Hart. Oh, what a way to celebrate your birthday! Ian Hart, and it's Quinn, and it's in, and it's 5.
Scored 5 goals, nobody booked, nobody injured, and 3 points.
Barnsley, Yorkshire, where a football career began.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome on behalf of the Grindford Colliery Band. Welcome to our annual concert here at Barnsley Civic Theatre.
Shaped me as a person, it must have. It was a mine in town. My dad started in the pits, I think he got cute and got out very quickly. I think it just shapes your outlook on life. And then you become a manager and you've got that outlook on life anyway. I was only 4, I think, when I moved to the house where we actually grew up in for then the next, 17 years till I left and got married at 21. It was a wonderful house on a corner overlooking the Wreck, as we call it. It's the Wreck, it's a recreation ground. It was my dad that played, my dad Charlie. He was the focal point of the games, because he was a different class, he was a good footballer.
Yeah, they used to really enjoy it in the rec here.
And the lads used to come and call for him. Mrs. McCarthy, Charlie coming out to play.
And that was their favourite place as kids, playing the rec, which was very handy.
My dad's Irish. I'm proud of that, and I used to ask. I asked him, you know, what's the position? Mum's English, Dad's Irish. Well, I was told I'd got dual nationality, but no, it didn't change my life. I was brought up very much English, no question about it.
He should have gone down the pit actually as an apprentice electrician, you know, locally, and lucky for him really, before he went for his interview to a local mine up here, which is closed now, Barnsley came for him and took him on. And that was the start of it, you know.
For his first home game against Macedonia, McCarthy continues to favour youth over experience.
I think the younger fellas become my team, don't they? They have been my players, if you like. The older players weren't. But I think they've become part of it. It's very hard for them to change when they get to 33, 34, doing things differently when they've been used to doing something for 10 years. And I guess when you feel like you're getting your nose shoved out of it as well, that's not particularly nice. You know, when you suddenly realise that I was the big cheese, and maybe I'm not now, I'm about third in line to be that made man. It comes hard to them.
3 goals scored, none conceded. 2 wins from 2 games.
My ambition, obviously, is to qualify for France. But I said at the offset, it was to produce a team that can be together for 10 years, and longer, to produce players that's going to be around for 10 years and hopefully qualify for competitions within that period.
Yeah, I suspect he will.
A high profile in football brings opportunities off the pitch. Commercial manager Liam Gaskin gives McCarthy his riding instructions for another outing.
So it's central. It's a case of you entertaining them to some soccer stories.
Mick McCarthy.
A pleasure. Think about my problems when I started in February of '96, nearly 12 months ago. I was following a legend who had 10 years of success with a very well-known brand product, in my case, football. How old's he?
Just 18 now.
Who's this for?
Dave.
Who?
Dave.
Yeah, I speak to Jack. In fact, I probably speak to him more on the phone now than I did when I was a player with him. So.
Roy Keane returns to the Irish squad for the home game with Iceland. Keane's commitment to the cause has been questioned. One newspaper has called for him to be booed at Lansdowne Road.
There was a couple of articles that actually encouraged fans to come along and vent their anger or show what they actually feel for Roy. Now, whatever they feel for him, what I would say is something that's bigger than that is the rest of us in here. That's the important thing. The team and the team doing well. And from the start of the game, when they booed Roy, the atmosphere was very, very poor. I don't think we enjoyed the support on the day that we've enjoyed in the past. At one incident there was a bit of a cheer, and it was almost like they'd let the supporters in. I guess one or two supporters could say if we had a shot on goal, it was almost like they'd let a team in. Many a time after a game I'd have thought, well, maybe I could have done it this way, I could have done it that way. But beforehand, you know, I said you decide on what you're going to do, you think it's the right way, and you get on with it.
What's your view now, Mick?
As a broken neon bulb pops overhead, tensions crackle in the cramped Lansdowne newsroom. A sour post-mortem for a grim week.
Himself in the box a couple of times from that position. I didn't go in there to be confrontational. I was so disappointed with our performance. and with the result, I have to go in and then field questions about it. And I don't think there were rational questions people were asking me. I thought there was one or two people actually trying to bait me in that press conference.
Mick, I'm just confused. You said at the start you don't think you gave the two lads up front good service. And in reply to Frank, you said you thought you got great balls into the box. Can you just clarify that?
Do you not understand the difference between getting to the byline in free play and putting a good cross in, and actually delivering a ball from a free kick? If you don't understand that, perhaps you shouldn't be here asking the questions anyway. It always amuses me is when I actually come up with a very straightforward answer to one or two people. A few people are a bit shocked. You're not supposed to say that. We can ask you what we like, but please don't insult us, you know.
After a disappointing goalless draw, there's more happening in the changing room than dressing for dinner. John Aldrich, frustrated with his role on the fringes, has decided that tonight will be his last night in the Irish squad. Another senior player evaporates.
I haven't felt as low after a football match for a long time. I'd been across to see the chaps of the press. So I came in here and I have to put my dress suit on, my monkey suit, which the last thing I wanted to do was put my dress suit on and go anywhere, let alone to an awards dinner. As I said, I'm hopping into one like there, and Aldo came round and said, that's it, I'm calling it a day. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, I said, I'm finished, I'm packing in. See you, thanks for everything, and went, and that was it. Left me stood there, you know, with my leg in my trousers. I was very disappointed, yeah. I wouldn't have chose for it to end for John like that anyway. That week just went on, you know. I spent a month in Ireland one week, and that was the week I spent. I met at junior school when I was 4. That's when we met. I knew why I liked her at school actually, because she doesn't like milk. I thought I must have sidled up to her to get her a bottle of milk. She didn't like it, so I got 2 every day. It was great. Now, I guess the first real girlfriend, yeah, was Fiona. We were courting at 18 and engaged, married at 21. So we've been married 17 years.
For 90 minutes. They see the man there, like Mick said before, it's the job, and that's his job. And he will adopt a different demeanour for his job that he does when he walks through the door at home.
We had a spell at Millwall where we were down near the bottom, and that was quite tough.
Oh, that's right.
I was like a bear with a sore head, but that was a real turning point for me because Fiona just told me I was like a bear with a sore head, rightfully so as well. And I didn't even realise how I'd been. But that's changed. I haven't been like it since, and I wouldn't bring the problems home again. No way.
But I think kids are a great leveller.
Oh.
They're great, you know. I mean, Mick goes off on these expeditions, excursions, and you know, these great games, and he comes home and nappies still need changing, and the dishes still need doing, and I think that's a great leveller. You know, the kids still want their daddy. They don't know. They didn't then. They didn't realise the extent of the football and the everything that went with it, you know. They just wanted their daddy.
Oh, you don't understand, is it?
Yeah.
We don't, it's what I do.
Yeah.
It's not what I am. The job is what I do. It's not what I am. We chat football, I think, most of the time. I think you'll find that footballers do actually like talking about football. They talk about other things, and you might talk about something that their kids have done. Yeah, we would, but I wouldn't know all the names of them. I try to know all the names of the wives because it's impressive when you phone up and you say, hello, is that Jackie? Oh yeah, hi, who's that? It's Mick McCarthy. Oh great, yeah, I'll get him for you. This you might guess by the sign on the outside the door is our dressing room. The one that we use. Do you want to go in here?
Yeah.
Yeah? And now these are the very toilets here on your right hand side. This is where some cheeky so-and-so managed to smooth his way in at half time. As we all left, he locked himself in the toilet, just shut the door behind him. We all went, security came in, locked the door, so now he's locked in here with all our gear, isn't he? So we went out and played. Jack the lad came out of the toilet, nicked all the stuff, watches, rings, money, went back into the toilet. When we came in, we did one. Nice little scam that, wasn't it? So those toilets get checked regularly now when we're playing. Somebody pointed out to me, I was in here with a pal of mine recently, and he said, "You know, I expected something really salubrious." They're not, they're just dressing rooms. But it's where all the action goes on.
Why is it sacrosanct to me? Why no cameras down here on match day?
I never liked them in as a player. I don't want them in. Don't want people in. But people have just got this fascination with what goes on with professional footballers, and I think it's an intrusion. You know, we perhaps do things in here and say things that's not for public consumption. Perhaps, you know, language that we would use and things that you just don't want to share with everybody.
3 games in, sort of natural break. How would you rate your own performance so far, marks out of 10?
I'm not into self-analysis, Tom. I haven't got an answer for you on that. All you fellas do that. You can all analyse me and tell me how many marks I'll get. Do you know how many marks I'll get if we qualify for France? 10. All right, that's how many I'll get. Do you know how many I'll get if we don't? Could be a big fat zip or a zilch from all of you. So that doesn't concern me. I'm not into analysing my own performance. The only way to forget about a bad performance and a bad result is to get a good performance and a good result. That's what we'll be looking for against Macedonia. I did say after the Iceland game that normal service resumes.
In Macedonia, service does resume briefly.
With another cross.
Very briefly.
And over McAteer. And a penalty to Macedonia.
2 Macedonian penalties leave the Irish on the wrong end of a little piece of Balkan football history.
Another penalty. And there it is again. And Macedonia go in front.
A third goal salts the wounds.
Danger here. Ritov. 3-1.
I don't know if I was angry, I was upset. I don't know what the feelings were, to be quite honest. There was something inside me that was wanting to get out, you know. I wasn't enjoying the way I was feeling, I can assure you.
And what must be one of the worst defeats that Ireland has sustained.
I felt I'd been hit with a baseball back to the back of the head. I was strange, it's something I couldn't really explain to you, honestly. I guess I wanted a row with somebody, really, but I don't know I was going to be the unlucky recipient of the row. There wasn't any reason. I tried to sit and reason with myself as to what happened and why it happened. Coaching out here. He's just going into it and the playing goes overhead and the lads can't hear the words he's saying. Perhaps that's the reason why we got beat.
After Macedonia, rumours of disenchantment from older players swamp the manager. McCarthy surveys the wreckage.
I think 1 or 2 of the older lads sort of mentioned certain things that were done under Jack. And I know I was under Jack. I was one of his loyalist disciples and carried out orders to the full. No problem with it. But it's different, it's changed. We do it differently. If people aren't happy the way I do it, then come and tell me and we'll get a shoot of them and they can come back. If after October I'm not here, somebody else can bring them back and play them then. That's the way I look at it.
Paul McGrath's return to the squad has been brief. His failure to travel to Macedonia has generated some informed speculation.
Can you explain what happened with Paul McGrath from Macedonia?
No. I've no change on my view what happened with him with his Achilles. None whatsoever.
How important is it for you as a manager to be loyal and protective of players right till the end?
I think it's vital. I will always do it. I won't do players in the press, the radio, the TV. I'm a loyal person, and I expect it in return. I'm not sure I would get it as unequivocally as I would give it. There's pressure on. I know if we get something here, if we went here and won, I'd be a hero. From being such a prat a month ago, in the eyes of a lot of people. But it's amazing how it turns around in a month, isn't it? And so would the players. So I think that's that. If we play like we did in Macedonia, we'll get zip. We'll get tanned. But we won't. We won't play like that. We won't have another performance like that. Sort it, Brendan. Sort it out. I'll be up there. I'll be back in here in 10 minutes. I'm in for a stroll. All right. I don't think it should be up to me to get the room to handle the press conference. You know?
April had started with Macedonia and McGrath and mutiny, and was ending in Romania with rumours of resignation. On the day before the game, one radio station announces that if the team lose to Romania, McCarthy will resign.
Not a chance. No, I don't feel I should. I don't. It's never even in question. Not in my head, anyway. It might be in somebody else's head. You know, people are always going to start asking that question because, well, in October it's our last game, and you know, then my position is going to be reviewed. You never know. I might review my own position before then. I don't think we've got the players to match the expectations, because the expectations are Germany 88, Italy 90, America 94. That's what I want to achieve. I don't know if we've got the players yet. We might have. Like I said, I think the public in general understand that it's a transitional period. But that can only last for so long. At some stage, then you need to be winning football matches. I think I had more to lose. I mean, I think I had the respect of... No, I didn't. I don't think. I had the respect of the Irish public as a player, as a captain of the team, and I would hate to lose that through being a manager that failed to qualify us for a major competition, and then all of a sudden to be thought of as some kind of idiot because I did.
McCarthy gambles, giving first competitive games to a handful of youngsters.
Looking for Muntiano. Comes down from the Romanian, and it's 1-0 against the run of play, but that's the concentration we were talking about. Again, wonderful control by Connolly, and a lovely angle for Ray Houghton to burst through the middle. A chance for Ireland as Houghton breaks clear, and was he taken down? Roy Keane has placed the ball. And a wonderful save by Stelea has kept Romania in the match.
I'm certainly aware, having been over in Romania with Mick and with the party, that he was under extreme personal pressure over there. And this whole situation, I think, has been media driven. The issue is something that neither Mick nor ourselves would necessarily have raised if the media hadn't driven it.
Following a well-received performance in Romania, McCarthy's standing has improved, but he looks to his employers for reassurance.
You know, there's a lot of comments going around, and I think there was a lot of setting up in the press that I might not be here for too much longer. And so I thought it was time that somebody came out and actually said differently. Either, yeah, you're quite right, it won't be, which I'd have accepted. Or, no, you're totally wrong, it will be. And that's what I was asking for, a bit of clarification from my employers. And I think I was entitled to do it.
So, yeah, but just under any other business on the agenda, if we could just, if you'd like to make a note of specific items that are under any other business. 3 will be the contract issue in relation to the senior international team manager.
It certainly took all the nonsense away from me. People asking me, that was annoying me. You know, I think that culminated in me telling all the people to write bollocks as a headline, and of course certain individuals did write it but twisted it as the way I said it. I actually told the journalist to bollocks. Nobody else. Not the FAI, not the fans, not anybody else. The journalists. Journalists make you more cautious. You find yourself speaking very slowly and very methodically and thinking very, very carefully about what you're saying. But I've been let down by journalists where they've put a full stop in a place that there shouldn't be one, and it changes the context altogether.
Nice to see you here, Mick, and the players. Thank you very much indeed for coming down. And hopefully, lads, you get what you want today. Away you go.
When all said and done, journalists are doing the job, and I don't think they're ever off duty. I don't think there's ever an off the record comment in my life. I don't think it comes out. At some stage it will come out. It might not come out in that article, but it does come out. We're having a press conference back there. The problem is the press conference in the hotel, we do them in the airport, we do them in the training ground, we do them everywhere, and we're not doing it. So I don't think I do lie to you, to be honest. No, I don't. I would not tell you something. I don't think you do need to know everything. And I think it actually protects my relationship with players who I have to work with. At the end of it, I have to get the best out of them, not out of anybody else. I describe it as either you're inside the tent pissing out or you're outside the tent pissing in. And I'm afraid there's not many people on the inside peeing out, believe me. So I wouldn't take it from ex-players through the media. Some great players have had a pop, but I still don't, as I said to you before, I still don't respect their opinions. I see it, take it on board. Sometimes I might bring it up, other times I just leave it. Jim, I don't particularly wish to speak to you. I'll speak to the people at home. Sorry, pal. You've made your bed for me.
Hello, Mike, we are ready to go.
Maybe you and I will speak at another time when you not congratulate me on a victory, then.
Fair enough. Far away. Well, Mick.
With a 2-year extension to his contract secured, McCarthy's team face Liechtenstein at home. What briefly looks like being another bad day yields a comfortable 5-0 win.
This motorway gets well used anyway. I'm not so bad actually because I've got, within London, there's a lot of clubs I can watch all the players at. They all come to London at some stage, whether it be at Premier League grounds, First Division, Second Division. I can watch the players, you know, depending on what squad it's for, what players are for. It's unfortunate in that respect, but I do get around the country. I do quite a bit of miles.
A 240-mile round trip takes McCarthy to the Hawthorns in West Bromwich, Birmingham. A young player, Kevin Kilbane, makes the long journey worthwhile.
I get asked constantly about them. And I guess they've all got to keep playing well for the clubs. The lads who've done it for me here are tried and tested and done it. Now if I get injuries somewhere along the way, people will be brought in. So if we do have injuries, please God that we're in France, I'll be looking at them all. Anybody who's performing well for the club and think they could handle it.
What's your biggest regret, Mick?
Maybe not talking to Wolverhampton Wanderers when I was asked to in November before I got this job in football. You never know what might have been. I might not have been here, I might have been there. It's funny how things work out.
Has anyone asked to speak to you since you became Ireland manager?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, a couple of times.
Club or Scottish club?
Italian Serie A, actually. Believe that if you like. It'll happen. I mean, I'll go back into league management. There's no question I'll go back into it. When is the factor. I miss league management. And yet some days I see them pulling the hair out and I think, do I?
Lithuania are Ireland's next visitors. More woe, more pressure. A scoreless draw leaves Ireland on a life support machine. Early on Thursday morning, the team set off for 2 away fixtures in the space of a week. Iceland on Saturday, Lithuania on Wednesday. 2 games from which they need 2 wins if they're to have a chance of qualifying.
Cheers, Dad.
With his back to the wall, McCarthy defies the pressure.
Why is it that the front row is always the same lineup?
Well, it's what happens, you see. They start with the best looking at the front and they work their way back to the real ugly ones at the back. And I think you'll notice the pressure right at the back there somewhere. So, you weren't at the back way earlier.
Tell us where we're going and what you're going to do for the day. You know, describe the itinerary.
I don't know.
I've no idea. I'm just a journalist.
We're going to Iceland, mate. There's a game there on Saturday. And then we're going to Lithuania after that.
Do you feel under less pressure when you're away from home than around Dublin? Big games?
Well, I've found, to be honest, the pressure less and less, to be honest with you. Maybe I've got used to it. Maybe I got used to doing the job and understand the pressures of it. I think when you are away from home, there is less pressure. Probably expectations are less. There's less people around. But nevertheless, deep down you know that you have to win. So the pressures are still the same, 3 points. On a day when you pick the team, there's 11 of them like you, and however many others are here, perhaps ever decreasing circles like you, a little bit less. I don't think you're asking to like you, want to respect you. That's the thing. People make themselves indispensable by performances, not by personalities, not by being my mate or me liking them, to be quite honest. It's not a prerequisite of picking the team to like the people. It's getting the best out of them. I can't say I've always liked everybody I've picked. I've tried to. Club level, I've tried to like them. Tried to be not necessarily friendly with them, but at least an amicable relationship, if you like. You've got to have that. I mean, you don't necessarily like them. You're not best pals with them. If you pick the 11 that you like, you might get spanked every week.
Her compassion for those maimed through the evil of landmines, and many, many, many more. We give thanks to God for Diana, Princess of Wales, for her sense of joy, and for the way she gave so much.
It's affected everybody. I mean, all the players have spoke of the incident, of course. And I think we're all touched by it. And I was saddened and upset by it at the weekend. And if I was at home, I'm sure I'd be sat watching it. I might even be up there, but as I'm not, we'll do what little we can. I mean, the whole nation is in mourning.
Renew their faith.
We know what we have to do. We have to win the games, and that's all we can be focused on. You know, there's a lot of thoughts in my head on that, and how, if we are being bogged down at a goalless draw, can we change it? Or how, if, you know, God forbid we go 1 down, can we change it? Sillier things have happened. We're all in Macedonia, aren't we? You can know with the mood of the players while they're here. Yeah, they are up for it, yeah, they are focused, and yes, they all desperately want to play in the game. But on the day of the game, you don't know what's going to happen.
Can we play? Can we play, Shay? Hey, Stan! Stan! See if we get the ball down now. Come on in. Come on, Andy. Get him going, pal. Get the game going. Good ball. Come on, you're in there.
Chance here. The flag stayed down, and it's a goal. And Connolly makes it 1-0, and the drought has ended.
Yes, Stan! Back in here, Stan!
Daniels, Sigurdsson. Oh, a fierce shot and a fine equaliser by Gunnarsson.
After a good start, Ireland concede 2 goals, one either side of half-time.
The flag stays down, and that's 2-1.
Stand! Stand! Get hold of him! Get hold of him! I'll do ya! Stay in the middle of the field, let the other 2 do it! Stand! Go and beat him! Get up against him! Put it in the box! Shane! Get it down one side! I'll do it then!
Kennedy curls it in. The heads are there, there's the equaliser.
It's left to Roy Keane, who was booed at the home fixture 10 months earlier, to make amends.
Towards Keane in the middle, Roy Keane trying to get in there, Keane still going, and there's the victory! For persistence, McAteer winning it back, and it's played into the path of Townsend, and it's fallen for Kennedy, and it's gone in!
Keep it! Jason, keep that fucking ball, we fought you up, you fucking
Jason, into the corner with that.
Alan! Stay on the ball!
Didn't fucking underestimate you this time, you bunch of...
Okay, first of all, a few comments from the trainers.
Backy just said to me at 2-1, he's looking, thinking where we're going to get a goal from. Bad defending, we've let them in, they let us in, and then it seems that we got the breaks then. But we worked for them. They've all worked hard. But it's emotional roller coaster ride, that. It was a very competitive game. I think we've come out of it a bit, 1 or 2 a bit worse for wear. Physically, mentally. I think my Mars better, isn't it?
3 points in the bag anyway, check them in.
We've played better than that, but at the end of it, we've got 3 points and we've won. And I'm delighted for that reason. It gives us a chance. Put a smile on my face.
On to Lithuania. Like all managers, McCarthy knows the price to be paid for bad tactics. Only another win will earn a place in the playoffs and keep hopes alive.
Is that okay with you, Dave? Go on, man.
Play on! What about the linesman? Play on! Bumsy! Hit that! Yes! Oh, Trey! What's happening on the yellow card?
Fuck off, Johnny, hit the post!
He said hit any card.
If it did, it's going to go in.
It doesn't. Right shoulder!
Sorry, Dennis.
What a ball!
Oh, ball always will be starting.
Back here, Jason.
You fuck off.
Six, do it! Jeff! Yes! Over!
Excuse me. Hold on, Jason. Jason, it's 4-2.
And it can touch
Johnny, 4-2.
Hey, yellow card.
Tell me you tried your
Yellow card.
John's that much over the bar?
Hey, hey, you're the worst referee I've ever seen in my life.
First game, and if I've been out and a little bit of injury trouble.
Listen, you...
Hey, I'll make a point, shall I? Hey, hang on, Jay. I'll make a point. I know it's a good bit of crack and a piss step, but when you got plenty to save yourselves when you're in front, remember the same amount is fucking being said when you're under the cosh, when you're down. It's lovely 4-0 up, lovely. 4-3 and getting under the cosh then. Oh, hang on. You defended brilliantly. But all of a sudden the fucking lippy stops. Ah, yeah.
He was near as well, shit.
What?
Give him a stick there.
No, it's I better shut my fucking gob in case we get beat, that's what it is. Ah, yeah. You concentrate on your fucking stretching now. The rest of you, have a stretch. Men.
Did anyone get hat-trick? Yes. Who got MON?
Oh, Gaz.
Hey, I'm going to morning, by the way. Gaz, you take it. MON man the match.
No.
Danny, we're going on the bus. Leave the balls and fuck off. Please go away. Sorry. That's what I meant to say. See, you don't know why Graham Taylor's all that swearing. They don't understand anything now. Excuse me, would you mind leaving the ground? It just doesn't work, does it? Excuse me, chaps, would you mind just walking to the bus? Thank you, I really appreciate that. It's exciting now because we won on Saturday. It's exciting because we could actually virtually guarantee ourselves of a playoff spot if we win on Wednesday. But that's easier said than done.
You were dreaming about football, Mick?
I could daydream more than I could see something while I'm wide awake, you know, thinking could be being manager in France and being involved in a World Cup final. That's the highlight of a career. Certainly as a player it is, and I guess as a manager it would be if we're lucky enough to get there.
It's 3 hours to kick off.
That's my first draft. That's the first draft, yeah. That's found its way into the filing cabinet like the rest of it. I say all those, that's the team, and I just write out with the corner kicks that we do. We've practiced them all, but it's ideal to have a reminder, pin them up in the dressing room before the game. They know who then is in a two-man wall. They know who's in a four-man wall, they know who's picking up, they know who's on the post, they know who's in front, they know who stays up, who takes the free kicks, corners, all that, you can mix it up, but at least there's a set plan down for us how we're going to do it. So that's what I've just been doing, and that's me dudes ready for leaving. And I have to tell you, they're almost walking out their own now than they've been on that often. I'm not a worrier, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be having a panic of what's going to happen, certainly. I think it transmits itself to the players anyway when you're nervous. I've seen it happen with managers, a little bit nippy, you know, picking up on things, and in their demeanour, the way they carry themselves, I get a bit nervous. I'm not, but no, I'm not. I'm looking forward to the game. I think we'll win the game.
Yes. Boys! One more big push, come on! You don't get beat. You not get beat. Come on, you fucking want this, come on! There's the corner. McAteer rising. Jukas with a shot. Oh, what an equaliser by Jukas. Lithuania scored their very first goal against Ireland. And this game isn't over yet. Staunton hoisted towards Cascarino. Got the header there. Yes, it's in the back of the net once more. And Tony Cascarino goes to the top of the World Cup chart. You whistle.
Yes, Jeff. Good home, Hey, Jace! Fucking brilliant. That's good. Jazzy! Jazz! Dennis! Hey!
of that.
We've done it. 6 fucking points, fucking.
What do you call him? Is it Beglin?
On the road.
What was it? Is it Beglin and Giles? Out some of that.
6 fucking points on the road.
Oh, yes! I loved it.
What about it? Oh, fuck the ball. Fuck the ball now, man. Fuck them, bitch. Come on, there it again. Get in there, Major T.
Thankfully, the highs only last a short period of time, because if you're on the high all the time, you never get anything done. You're not thinking about how great you are because you've just won a couple of games. And likewise, thinking how inept or stupid or bad you were if that's the way you're feeling about yourself after you'd lost.
Hey, boys. Go.
6 points from 2 away games leaves Ireland in second place in their qualifying group, eligible for a 2-game playoff. They complete their programme with a meaningless home game against Romania, and Ireland's name goes into the bag for the draw.
The next team is the Republic of Ireland.
Irish luck holds. Belgium are deemed among the softer touches.
You're looking into the 2 biggest games in your management career at the moment. What's more important, winning them or playing fair and doing the best? I mean,
Winning is the be-all and end-all, and if it is in terms of progression for me and for the team, playing well and failing, and some of the younger lads might gain something out of that long term, no question. Not for me, it won't. And the lads the lads at the time won't appreciate it. Somewhere in the far-off future, they might appreciate the fact that they played in that playoff, played ever so well, and learnt a lot out of it. But at that moment in time, unless we win, we'll all be very, very disappointed.
After 12 games and 15 months, the slate is wiped clean. Just 2 games stand between McCarthy and the achievement of his life.
A Belgian wall. Now Irwin can certainly curl them from this kind of range, and it's Dennis Irwin. Townsend ducks away. Irwin! Dennis Irwin has put on it in front.
Don't let him switch it, Dave. Don't let him come out and switch the play.
if your fullback was chasing a Belgian striker in on an open goal Wednesday and didn't take him down out of a sense of fair play, would you be pleased or disappointed with him?
I'd have took my grandmother down. And that's answers that question. I've always said I would. But I wouldn't have to ask them that. You see, it never comes to that. Because if they were prepared to let somebody score, they wouldn't be here. Because being here demands that you're a winner. And if you're a winner, you will do things. You'll step over the line from time to times of maybe sportsmanship, decency on the field. You will do things that you want to win. I'm not talking about cheating.
Go on, nail him! Fucking nail him! Go Keith! Get in! Get round! Get right!
But now it's Nealis.
Belgium have succeeded in scoring a precious away goal. McCarthy reminds the team that there is another game to come.
Keep it going! Hey! Don't lose the game! We'll do it over there! Don't fucking lose it!
Dennis was brilliant. It's a bad header. Dennis does well to clear him. Andy's, that's a poor attempt. That's a poor attempt. But Harty could have gone and closed down.
Shay couldn't do anything about it.
Shay would never get that in a million years.
The best seat in the stadium is not the dugout, and McCarthy sifts through the evidence of the game looking for clues.
This is our chance. We've not seen it before. This is Shay. This is Dave Connolly's chance. It's a right good chance.
The finishes with him at the back post.
Which is a great chance.
Yeah. The finishes to Dave now.
Yes, that was a chance.
Tony, I think the chance was forgotten because Tony got involved in kicking the goalkeeper.
When we were watching it, I said to him, "What did he tell him to shut up?" Shut up, he says. And he says, "That was me, you fucking tell me, shut up." 24 yards he's hit that from. Well, I'd expect Shea to save that all day long.
It was a right good chance for them. It was an opportunity for them.
Yeah, do you expect him to save it? If he'd have let it in, you'd have been whinging like.
The guy could have stuck in the corner, like, you know. But he
didn't put it in the
right good chance
corner. My point is, yes, it's a good save, but it's savable. You're the goalkeeper's union. Here it is, look at his, when we slaughtered him at his Barnet, then he gets highlighted. Well, and look at his Barnet, yeah. The Barnet?
Oh, the Barnet.
Barnet Fair. Shoes. It's an alternative Yorkshire rhyming song. We have to sit and watch it because it's sort of classed as manager speak when we say, no, I won't say anything until I watch the tape afterwards and go, oh, come on, you know what's gone on. You don't know what's gone on because you're very passionate and emotional at the time and wound up about the game. Sit and watch it in the cold light of day and it's very different. In fact, we actually win this one now, we're playing that well. We win this one 3-1 now. You don't realise that, but we're going into this game with a 2-goal lead.
Not since the ole ole days of Jack Charlton's reign have the Green Army invaded and conquered a European city. Thousand supporters have travelled. They know the importance of this game. McCarthy's team finds them in good voice. The next 90 minutes of football could determine how McCarthy is judged as a manager and a football man.
Cascarino just lost his footing. Hoffman gets in. Another bite. Oliveira has gone through here. Gibbons out of his goal. Oliveira goes on. Cunningham throws his. Oliveira scores. Townsend has Cascarino in the middle. That's for Cascarino. Houghton's there too. And Ray Houghton has equalised! Ray Houghton has got the vital away goal! And Ireland are right back in the hunt. And it's Ray Houghton all over again. And now it's Lillis with Oliveira in the middle. And Gibbons missed it, but it's pacey enough to take it away to the touchline. And Oliveira couldn't keep it in play. It's gone out.
Belgium gain a disputed throw-in. Cruelly, they score again.
Luke Lillis.
Time runs out. The final whistle of this World Cup campaign will not be heard in France in the summer sun. But here, tonight, in the Belgian rain.
There's always going to be a reflection on football that if you win football matches, you're a great guy. If you don't win football matches, you're a villain. On this occasion, it's one of those occasions when we haven't won and I might come out with a bit of credit, and I think it's great, but it'd not be any silver lining on the cloud for me. I think we've lost tonight, and I would be my biggest critic, although I know how we've played and the lads were terrific, and I can be quite proud of that. Thin dividing line, isn't it? Success and failure. That thin white line, it's about 8 yards long and it's about 3 inches wide. That's the dividing line between being a success and being remembered and being as what people perceive as being a failure. I stormed off the pitch because I think there were going to be a few tears out there, so you know, very, very unhappy, very sorrowful, I guess. Quite devastated for the boys actually, very upset for the lads, angry, frustrated.
An hour and a half after the match. Describe the 10-15 minutes or so in the dressing room when you got back in there tonight.
I lashed the coffee mugs around. I'm sure they'll be sending me a bill because I booted one and my foot was stuck up the fucking thing for about 15 minutes, I think. It was stuck to my foot. There's coffee everywhere. I'd given everything a lash, and I'd kept it until I got in the dressing room, and I was livid. I was seething, I was. But when the lads came in, I changed very quickly. I felt desperately sorry for them. They came in, they'd given the lot. Given a lot for me, they'd given a lot for themselves, for Ireland. And I was very proud of them. So my anger turned very quickly to sort of sympathy with them and to try and console them. Very hard, there were a lot of tears in there. From players, from staff. After 15 minutes we sat in the dressing room, Packy, Taff and I, and because I said, well, we start again, but then I corrected myself. I said, we don't start again, we actually carry on from here, and there is hope for the future with that performance, and performance of very young blokes that have got 10, 15, 16, 17 caps under the belt.
It was incredible, really, you know, the support we had there, and I was right in the middle of it. It was just wonderful, you know. And then the sheer disappointment then, you know. And then at the end, when everybody was just so upset, you could see all the players. I could see Mick, you know, he turned around and walked back to the dugout. And I walked down to the gate and said who I was. Would you let me through? She opened the gate, let me through, and I walked round the track and then through all the press at the other end. I didn't say anything. I don't think I said anything, Mick.
No,
I think I remember Mick saying to me, I don't need you to cry.
I'm not as naive as I was. I never thought I was naive, but coming into the job, some of the aspects of it perhaps opened my eyes, so I'm far more experienced. No, I've gained vast amounts of experience from it. I've made lots of friends as well, perhaps learnt off them, learnt from the experience. And like I say, if I've lost anything, any friends, then it's their loss, believe me. I am pleased, and I'm pleased I came off tonight, and I'm pleased I was angry, and I'm pleased I shed a few tears, and I'm pleased I kicked that coffee pot across the room, and I'm pleased I feel like I do now. because I know the old feeling's still there. And when that goes, then if that feeling goes, I'll pack it in.